Hello, hello.
Hi, am I audible?
Yep, I can hear you.
Just a moment.
No problem. No rush.
Okay, so do we have to wait for anyone else to join or we can start?
No, it's just me. It's just me. Let's wait for like 4 o'clock because this is when. Wait for another minute so that we're right on time. But yeah,
Hi, thank you.
thank you so much. All right,
Okay,
let's go.
let's start in 2 minutes then.
Let's get cracking.
All right, then we should start already. People will join
Yep.
along the way.
All right, let's go.
So, hello, everyone. Good evening from this side of the world, and welcome to today's Binance Live AMA session hosted by Crypto Whales. I am Jannat, and I'm thrilled to be your host today. We have a very special guest joining us today, Victor Zinov, the CMO of NIMS Network. So, NIMS is like a very exciting project in the AI and RWS space. So, and I can wait to dive in all the details with Victor. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so Victor, to get to know you better for today, could you introduce yourself and provide some information on your background before we get into the
Yeah,
details
of
of
course.
what you're building?
Well, first and foremost, hello everyone. Thank you very much for hosting us, Crypto Well. Janet, thank you very much for hosting us as well. My name is Victor Uzunov. I am the CMO of NIMS Network. So I'm a former investment banker. I was in investment banking for about a decade. About 2020, I transitioned into the Web3 space. I predominantly deal with marketing and strategy, also, but advisory for people and for projects. NIMS Network is one of the largest undertakings that I have been involved with. I'm incredibly proud to be part of the team. We're doing something very revolutionary, and we're doing something extremely good for just generally for the both for the blockchain and both for the regular Web2 communities. We're really trying to build a bridge between the two worlds, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of this.
Well, thank you for the introduction, Victor. By the way, most of the people know you already, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's always
Let's
great
just
to
say
have
I've
the introduction.
people have seen me once or twice.
The OG phase of the ecosystem.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, then could you start by introducing NIMS network and its core mission already? What problems does it aim to solve in the blockchain and crypto space?
Yeah, of course. So NIMS Network is it's a relatively new project. It's been out for a few months. Our coin hasn't even officially launched yet. It's launching on the. I'll just drop it here. I'm sure we're gonna get to talk later on about it. The coin itself is gonna launch on the 21st of October. We just literally just announced it today or yesterday. Can't remember. So NIMS blockchain is, NIMS network in general is a project that aims to solve real world problems and provide solutions to issues in the real world through the technology of the blockchain. So, in order unless people are really familiar with blockchain, they probably wouldn't know, but the technology that blockchain provides is the next level of technological advancement. So the way that the internet, the web space in general provided solutions at the late 90s, early 2000s. The space was called the Web 2, which we all live in currently. Web3 is just the next advancement through blockchain technology, be it governmental services, be it property services, be it vehicle lifespan management, be it IP protection, detection of fake products. There's so many things that blockchain can fix and can address. The idea behind NIMS is to really focus on issues that are part of the real world that we all live in. As much as all of us in crypto think that crypto's the next best thing after sliced bread, crypto's just a tiny portion of blockchain, and it is such a small concept within the global space. So we're trying to bridge the gap as a hybrid between the Web 2, the real world that we live in, and the old school way of doing business with blockchain and with crypto. To your question, what problems exactly it solves? There's quite a few problems that it actually solves. The list of things that crypto, the blockchain can solve is pretty much endless. Anything that government administration, you can solve speed of transactions between banks, efficiency, security, so many things. And the idea behind NIMS is to really dabble and get involved in all of them, and to take part of all the segments that we can help in.
Right, thank you for the introduction. So, as you mentioned that NIMS is trying to solve real world problems and everything, so there are several other projects which are aiming in this segment, right? So, what differentiate NIMS network from other blockchain based projects in the market which are going in the same direction? What unique value does it bring to the ecosystem?
Yeah, well, it's a very fair question. Thank you for asking. So one of the main things that NIMS really stands out with is, first and foremost, a lot of blockchain projects, and I don't mean to insult anyone, but a lot of those are really created by the general demographics of the Web3 space and blockchain. Is early 20s, people that don't have real world experience when it comes to business. One of the main things that we bring to the table that most projects don't bring is we have a team of accomplished professionals within the Web2 space. Our CEO, Mr. Wasim Iqbal, he is a former very senior executive from IBM. IBM being one of the biggest engineering and computer IT, however, they do so many things, companies in the world. He's also an incredibly accomplished electrical engineer, electronic engineer. Why did I say electrical? Electronic engineer. Sorry, Wasim. I know you're watching. I'm sorry. Let's say everyone in one of our founders, he is a very senior executive from Shell and British Petroleum. Nothing to do with blockchain. Yet blockchain solves a lot of problems with companies as Shell, as British Petroleum. Myself, I come from regular investment banking. It is a field that used to deny crypto, but the crypto market and the blockchain space now brings so much to the world of finance. So all of us are very accomplished professionals within the regular business field with also the experience in the Web3 space. So we're able to provide a product and a project that is very sustainable because, compared to other projects, we're aiming at the long picture. So, for us, it is very, very important that there is longevity. We're trying to model our success based on what Bitcoin did, even though Bitcoin has pretty much no application. Bitcoin does not have a use case rather than transferring money. Ethereum as well. Obviously, Ethereum is the most widely used layer one. Pretty much everything initially was built on Ethereum. And also BNB, which is the blockchain, Binance Smart Chain is the blockchain that NIMS coin is being deployed on. Binance as well, they did a fantastic job in leveraging a crypto coin into something way more useful in terms of utility. So to answer your question, what we bring to the table is, we're doing a lot of the Web to what everyone is used to, like being able to pay with a debit card, like a crypto debit card, which is very international. Other projects offer this, but it's very regional. Let's say I have one that works within Europe. You go to Asia, it doesn't work anymore. Some of the Asian ones don't work in Europe, stuff like that. We got that covered. We're embedding Web3 and blockchain within everyday aspects of life, which is very rare. Like I personally don't smoke or vape or anything, but there's such a vast market of people that do it. We're currently working on it. It's going to be out very soon. A vape to earn kind of scenario where there's an electronic vape where with every puff you earn crypto. Things like that. There's so much to the project that just embeds blockchain and crypto within regular life, that this is one of the stepping stones of people massively adopting crypto. When you make it easy to understand, and when you make it part of your daily routine, like you as you do your normal stuff, you do your groceries, you pay your bills, simple things like this, you vape. When you combine this with crypto, this is when the mass adoption is going to come, and this is where the longevity of every project is going to come from. So yeah, to answer your question, professionalism within both Web 2 and Web 3, great hybrid of that. And on the flip side, we also have a very sustainable long-term vision, and also not just a vision, but a plan that we're meticulously following.
Right. So again, thank you for the detailed answer. You are definitely a veteran in this field. So you said whatever, like you are touching so many spaces in the real world, right? So much is in the pipeline. So could you elaborate on the technology behind NIMS network? And by that elaboration, I don't mean the very technical terms, but
Yeah.
just what consensus mechanism do you use? How does it benefit users?
Of course. So, the main mechanics behind the ecosystem is that the ecosystem will be powered by the coin, whereas you can be part of the ecosystem without the coin, but the coin is going to provide you with a ton of A, utility, B, just pure use cases. And I'll give you an example. So we got the e-commerce platform called Shop One. So this particular platform, everyone uses Alibaba, or Amazon, or what was the other one, the Temu, like that exploded recently. Everyone uses that. Even like TikTok now have an actual e-commerce platform like TikTok Shop. With that being said, it's a regular means of payment. There is no Web3, there's no crypto payment element to those. Even though Amazon completely lacking a Web3 solution. AliExpress, Alibaba, they're lacking as well. Temu, you can't pay with crypto. What we've done is we've pulled out, let's say, an e-commerce platform that using the NIMS coin, you will be able to buy with crypto, B, get discounts for using crypto. So it kind of it's a two-in-one solution. Again, just embedding stuff in everyday life through a very simple blockchain solution. The end user doesn't really care how you apply blockchain to the product. If it solves an issue, and if it makes their life easier, if they're making money, one of those things, they don't particularly care about the technicality of things. To the very technical people out there that are very interested in how all of this works, they can reach out. We're very happy to give them a deep dive into the technical aspect. But to your regular Web3 user, the only thing that I can say is we're just making Web3 and blockchain work for you instead of you having to chase and adapt. We're adapting the blockchain space to your everyday life.
Well, that was a very easy explanation, definitely. And yes, once your marketplace goes live, please send me the link because my mother is gonna be your first customer. We got like
Sure,
parcels on
absolutely.
today.
We'll make sure. We will make sure.
All right, so you just mentioned about the NIMS token, and we pretty much touched upon the topic, but let's look at the different and detailed angle of it. So, what is the primary utility of the NIMS token, and how can users benefit from holding it and using it?
Sure. Well, so the NIMS token itself, first and foremost, it's a cryptocurrency. Let's not get it twisted. It's a utility token, which at the moment, people that have our miners, because one of the things that we have currently is the robo miners for for a daily ROI, or like a locked staking. With people, it gets people to earn NIMS tokens. At the moment, people can take the NIMS tokens to their DEX wallet, MetaMask, whatever, or Trust Wallet, whatever your wallet of preference is. Coming 21st of October, I actually was on a call this morning with our exchange partner, CoinStore. From 21st of October, people will be able to deposit the NIMS coin into CoinStore, which is a centralized exchange. It is a so people have asked me a couple of times on on CoinStore. They're within the top 20 exchanges globally. The way forward right now is not using the tier one exchanges, because the tier one exchanges are no longer what they used to be. Your Binance, your Kraken, your KuCoin, they're no longer the thing. Their requirements are terrible. Their requirements are pretty much, oh, you already have to have made millions, and then we'll probably list you and not really help you with anything. Kind of the smaller tier two exchanges, I wouldn't say smaller, because CoinStore do about $250 million in a day. Like their daily volume is like over $250 million. So that's in no way, shape, or form small. But the kind of the tier two exchanges at the moment are where all the action happens, and just a little bit more local, a little bit more. They're a lot more friendly to users as well. So in terms of the coin, it is on Binance. The main utility, as I said, it will be solving issues within your daily life, within the real world, doing your groceries, shopping online, being able to helping government bodies deal with issues like vehicle lifespan management, waste management, checking if IP protection. So for those of you that don't know, one of the first things that I ever did in the Web3 space was in 2020 was doing back before NFTs really became a thing. There was a way for luxury goods to certify their authenticity on the blockchain. So this way there's no chance for you to get scammed. You can do IP protection, intellectual property or authenticity, whatever. It is a massive market. It's a tremendously big market. It costs about $500 billion a year to brands. So, things like that. All of this could be embedded and will be embedded into the coin. It will be a very good solution, which, again, this is where the entire, kind of the overview of where the coin can go and why the price is going to rise. So this is why. Because basically, the more use cases you're adding, the more utility you're adding, more problems you're solving, you're attracting a bigger audience. A bigger audience automatically funds more development. More development again provides more solution, and it's a cycle. And it's a cycle that continuously grows. The coin grows as use case. The good thing is that the coin itself is limited. There's no an infinite supply, nor is it a meme coin where you go up 1 trillion coins out there. The coin supply is 500 million, which for a coin that has for utility coin it's a decent supply. It's not too many. It's not too little. So it's at the moment the price I believe is at 40 cents. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that because I haven't checked the price today. The launch price on the 21st of October will be 50 cents. So just to give you a perspective of how lucrative it's been so far, people that bought at the pre-sale, it was at 10 cents. Whoever bought at the pre-sale and got to the launch, which is in less than a month, has already made 5x, which is 500%. People really in the crypto space, people are really spoiled. You tell people they're gonna double their money, like not that great. You give so me as a former banker, if you told me 10 years ago when I was when crypto wasn't a thing, if you told me I can let you double your money for a year, I would have instantly been like, yeah, take my money. There you go. Take my money. On the flip side, now you tell anyone in crypto, I'm going to give you 200% ROI within a year. And they're like, oh, is it only 200%? So I think we also need to re-educate people within the crypto space that, doing 5x within 3 to 4 months, it is an incredible achievement. Making 5 times your money within the space of, a few months is really, really good. So yeah, that's kind of where the coin is, what the supply is, what the current situation is.
Right. So, well, there's so much planning behind it, I can definitely tell. And coin store is indeed a great option. I first time heard why people are choosing the tier 2 exchanges now. And yes, everyone heads up. The launch is in less than a week. Sorry, less than a month. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
so
problem.
the launch is in October. And
Yeah,
yes, we are a
24th of
little
October.
bit Spoiled. Agreed. So, what to expect from NIMS then when it is launched? How many X's are we gonna make next from that?
Do your own research. I'm not going to give financial advice because I've learned with time that I shouldn't be probably, I shouldn't be giving financial advice to people. But so just as a perspective, I'll tell you this: Bitcoin did 2 million X up until today. There's like there's a maturation period of every single coin. So let's say if you when you launch a coin, people normally, people are very interested in what happens in within the first month or two. The actual maturity date and like lifespan of a crypto project started around 7 years. Like Bitcoin took about 7 years to start really spiking in price. So, it got created in 2009, then it got launched on an exchange in 2011. Those of you who weren't around in 2011 for crypto, exchanges were a completely different thing. They look completely different. It was it was a totally different beast. It wasn't the case of you click twice and you buy the thing. You buy it and you need to put it on a separate storage unit, like a USB device or whatever. There was no such thing as like Dex wallet and all that good stuff. And then it took about 7 years, about 2018, the prices really started to pop up. With Ethereum, it took about 5 to 6 years. With BNB, it took about 5 years. So the lifespan cycle obviously gets lesser and lesser until the community matures, which is part of mass adoption, which is great. So I would personally say that yes, prices are gonna should, okay, they're not, I'm not gonna say will, they should grow with bigger usage, higher use case, more utility, etc. But also as I said, the longevity is a project that isn't going to hit its peak in its prime for a good few years. So people right now, I'll give you an example. If I told you now you can buy Bitcoin at 10 cents per Bitcoin, or even leave Bitcoin aside, because I don't think anything's going to replicate what Bitcoin did because it was the first Bitcoin. BNB. If I tell anyone that they can buy BNB for 10 cents per coin, I'm sure that some people are going to sell their grandmother to buy it. Because at the moment it's $550. I had a friend. You're laughing, but I had a friend tell me this particular thing. Yeah, we were having a similar conversation about coins, and I gave him the same example. I'm like, okay, what if I told you I can give you the opportunity to buy any top 10 coin, Solana, Litecoin, BNB, whichever of the top tier coins at the moment. I'll give you the option to buy the 10 cents per coin. His answer was, I'm gonna sell my wife. This was his exact answer. Obviously within the realm of jokes, laughs and giggles. But I'm just giving you a very prime example of what the kind of the outcome could be for NIMS, considering the high usage and the high utility of the coin.
Yeah, so one thing that I would want the community to take with themselves is the launch is just a month away, and NIMS working on the fundamentals, working on the real world problem. The project is here to stay. You cannot expect like insane boom right away since it's not the meme coin, but the project is here to stay and the use case is
You never
something
know.
very solid.
You never know. We've seen big projects pick up right away. But again, there's no such thing as certainty in life. So we being the very we being that very long term sustainable project. We're just thinking about the long term game. To me, yes. Am I going to be happy if we 100x within the first month? Yes, of course I'm going to be happy. But is it something that the team is really putting into thought? We're really trying to generate generational wealth. For people that are with us for the years to come, to be able to make profits consistently and to really change their life.
Okay, so next question. Oh my god, I still can't get over your statement. People are gonna sell their grandmothers.
I mean,
Okay.
it is what it is.
So with that being said, so many things on the pipeline, and
Yeah.
once people start using it, security is another crucial thing they need to look upon. So how does NIMS network ensure security, scalability, and decentralization at the same time? Like there's so much work that needs to be put in. So what measures are in place to majorly protect the ecosystem?
So, ecosystem protection, first and foremost, is kind of a there's three sides to it. One is your choice of blockchain. So your choice of blockchain is very important. Binance being, Binance Smart Chain are one of the top tier chains, and I'm extremely, extremely happy with what they provide as partners. Obviously, they're backed by Binance. Binance, a lot of them or hate them. I personally don't have a great overview with the way that they conduct business, but they're the greatest exchange of all time. A lot of them were hating. They're the greatest exchange of all time, and they've done tremendously. So their blockchain is, I personally think it's second to none. Ethereum, very slow, very expensive. Bitcoin, useless, outright useless. As expensive as Bitcoin is, as legendary as it is, because of the high price, it never managed to develop a utility. Everyone knows about Bitcoin. It's very famous. Like, people that don't have crypto know about Bitcoin. Everyone, even though I'll go back to the grandmother case. My grandmother knows what Bitcoin is. She doesn't know any other crypto, but she knows what Bitcoin is. But on the other hand, again, it's useless. While what we've done is we've chosen a very fast, very efficient, very low cost as well blockchain that is also extremely secure. The other thing that we're doing, obviously, is the audit side. Once the coin is live on an exchange, and it goes through a variety of security checks, because obviously exchanges are very careful what they list. So again, CoinStore being one of the reputable exchanges out there, they're Singapore based. If any of you know anything about how business runs, getting a Singapore license is very hard. So any business that originates license wise and operationally wise from Singapore, it is very respectable and very reputable. London's a little bit harder to get a license, I can tell, because I live in London, but this is also one of the reasons why Europe is so far behind in crypto, because it's unnecessarily complicated here. The third thing that we're doing is also data protection. Right? Data protection, having that tech background, because obviously Mr. Rasim comes from IBM. We got other great professionals within massive corporate, like multinational corporations within the tech space. Just our technology alone is how we approach tech and data storage and servers and all that good stuff is just next level. Everything's being kept on a separate server. Stealing data is pretty much impossible. We've just taken every single step from both a Web3 and a Web2 perspective to protect our users.
Well, in this case, the most amount of trust I put is in team and execution, and that is definitely solid here. Because
Thanks so much.
okay, so with that being said, could you share more about your team and their backgrounds? Like, you are here, everyone knows you. Wasim, you talk so highly about it. So, what experience specifically the core team brings to the project?
Again, I think I mentioned it quite a few times. So basically, we're all professionals that come from Web2, which is very essential to bridging the gap between Web2 and Web3, and like applying blockchain to real world asset solutions, problems, all that stuff. I come from investment banking. I was I was head of a department within one of the largest investment banks in the world for quite a few years. Mr. Rasim is, a very accomplished professional that led IBM teams within, around the globe. We got Mr. Ali Amin, who is our head of sales. He's an incredible salesperson that also has decades of experience within large corporations. Mr. Kalim, who is our CRO, again, comes from a very deep technical background, has worked in top tier firms around the globe. For the founders as well, very, very accomplished professionals, very educated people. All of us are alumni, London Business School. I'm a London School of Economics graduate. We're combining the real world excellence and career excellence that people normally, when you think about career development, comes to mind, with the Web3 space and the blockchain. We're really trying to merge those two together and really provide people with solutions that make their life easier.
Yeah, so everyone is a veteran in their own field. Okay, so there's so much on the building side, right? Once we secure good partnerships, things get way more easier. So with that on the side, so are there any partnerships or collaborations in the space which will help NIMS network to grow and expand, whether in terms of product, whether in terms of expanding the business, anything?
Yeah. Well, obviously, CoinStore are our launch partner at the moment. They're going to be the guys that are going to take us to market, like to the centralized exchange market at least. They've been tremendous to us. They've been exceptionally good. I'll be honest, this is the first time I personally deal with them on a coin launch, and I'm extremely happy with how easy it is to work with them. I will be going to Asia in about 3 weeks. Actually, I've been saying I'm coming to Asia, and it used to be 3 months, 2 months, whatever. Now it's like 3 weeks, so it's just around the corner, and I'm going to meet them in their Singapore office. Which is very exciting for me as well, to just see how the process works from within. Other project, obviously, we partner with Binance on our marketing side. You're going to see quite a lot of Binance related content, in collaboration with them, stuff like that. I personally just got invited, and I took part of the world. So the Bybit have the World Trading Awards, and I'm one of the dedicated speakers for the World Trading Awards. It is 6 of us globally that were chosen for this project. So there's going to be some collaborations. It was a personal invite for me, but obviously I'm the CMO of NIMS, so NIMS are going to get the spotlight there as well, because I can't help myself but talk about how great the project is. There's a variety of partnerships and collaborations that are coming. Again, there's going to be a lot of things for us for the foreseeable future, like the Visa debit card. It's collaboration with Visa. Visa are the largest card payment provider in the world. Just so many great things that we're doing. Just the only way for you guys to really keep up is join all the NIMS social media. Telegram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it, we got it all covered. And just keep an eye on our updates. We're becoming more and more inclusive into what we update people on. So yeah, just stay tuned.
Yeah, heads up everyone, make sure you follow Twitter, Telegram, whatever possible to stay tuned. So next one is, what is your roadmap for 2024 and beyond? Because there's so much to do in this space, so defined roadmap is very much important. So what key milestones are you looking to achieve in short and long term both?
Well, there's quite a few things again in the process. First and foremost, for us, it's the launch of the coin, which is less than a month away. Before the launch of the coin, we had an event qualification stage, which just finished on the 21st. So, that was for the pre-launch partners. So we're going to host an event between the 18th, 19th, and 20th of October in Bangkok, in Thailand. We're going to be hosting, kind of key figures within our investor system, top performing leaders, so just generally quite a few people that help us get to where we are today. We're going to do like a launch, like pre-launch event, however you want to phrase it. Myself, Mr. Ali, our head of sales, Mr. Rasim, who's our CEO, as I mentioned, we're going to be hosting quite a few people. We're going to be sharing a lot of that, because it's going to be a great event, great networking, but also we're going to let people have a little bit of fun. Because if you're not having fun with work and what you do for a living, what are you doing with your life? Which is another great thing about the Web3 space. I'll give you a perspective. While I was in banking, banking and investment banking in general is put like on such a very high pedestal when it comes to career. For you to be an investment banker, is the creme de la creme, as the top of the food chain when it comes to a career choice. This being a lawyer or being a surgeon, it's like 3 things that are, on top of the list. But you have no life. I'll be very transparent with people. Being an investment banker, you work 14, 16-hour days for years. Eventually, at some point, you may start working 12. And when you start working 12 hours, you're very happy with life, which, when you look back in perspective, it's a horrible way to lead your life. The Web3 space, at least for me, and this is why I love NIMS, because NIMS lets you merge the real world and the blockchain space. The Web3 space gave me control of my life back. I'm able to travel the globe. I'm able to earn a good living, take care of my family, take care of everyone around me, build for the future, which is also important, because I'm a 32-year-old guy. I am building for the future for my family, for people around me. This has all been possible because of the Web3 space and because of blockchain. If it wasn't for blockchain, I'll probably still be doing 12-hour days in an investment bank. So what I'm grateful for, we're bringing all of this into the regular person's life through NIMS. We're really trying to educate and we're really trying to integrate people with the blockchain world so they can also get that freedom, that generational change, stable income, providing solutions, all of that good stuff. All the steps that we've got in front of us on the roadmap, because I don't call it roadmap, I call it ecosystem evolution. Because no, road maps have an end. Every map has a start and an end. There's two borders to the map. I call it an evolution because evolution is nonstop and it's a constant thing. And every ecosystem evolves consistently. This is what's happening with NIMS. The debit card is going to go out. The vape is going to go out. We're going to start implementing governmental solutions within services. Shop One is going to go out, full scale, because Shop One is ready, but I'm not sure how big the use case is at the moment, because obviously we haven't launched the NIMS coin yet. Once it launches, it's going to make things easier. There's so many things. As I said, the launch on CoinStore, the actual utility expansion, the gamification, the development of the full decentralized finance, landscape of the ecosystem. So many things ahead. So imagine this: if we've done a 500% ROI for the first few months without 95% of the utility being active, imagine 5 years down the line, when all the utilities out there, when we're fully matured and fully developed, what the amount of X is going to be. Again, do your own research. But if you take, put on one side what we've done and we've achieved 5X, imagine what we can achieve in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, etc. That's the name of the game.
Well, agreed. The room for growth is huge. One question which is so out of syllabus I have is, how did you survive in the banking ecosystem with this sense of humor? What did you use to say, like, sell your grandmother
Oh,
and buy this share?
so contrary to common belief, this is where I got it from. So the investment banking world may seem to everyone, on the outside, may seem very serious. And it is. It's a very serious job. It is a very serious field because technically you're running all the money in the world. The investment banks control, hedge funds, investment banks, funds control all the wealth globally. In order to survive such a space, everyone develops this, alternative sense of humor. You just learn that, you can have fun with things. You can have fun with your job. You can have fun with your life. When you have problems, you can have fun with them. Because the one of the main things that the space taught me, and which I've brought with me to the Web3 space, is it's taught me discipline. Web3 space, yes, it's new, fun, quirky, whatever, but it's also a business. So structure and being disciplined and being consistent pays off regardless of where you are. This is what the banking space taught me. Sorry, but on the flip side, it taught me that making money is easier when you're having fun with it. There's very obviously I will never go to like an investor meeting or like some very serious type of environment and crack jokes and be the funny guy. That would never happen. But on the flip side, it kind of teaches you, because us in our community, we're one. I see all of our community as friends, so we gotta have fun with it. We gotta close the gap. The digital space, one of the things that it kills the vibe between people, energy between people. So trying to be a little bit more loose and trying to be a little bit more natural, because I'm sure you guys do host AMAs all the time. How many people come and they're very serious and they're talking to you about how great their project is, but they talk like robots? It's like having a little machine in front of you. We at NIMS are very much into bringing real life into Web3, and people really having fun while making money, and just progression to be a lot more natural, and as you would have a normal meeting in real life.
Well, that's actually a very important thing. Like, this shows that this is going to go a long way, and this is not just something they are doing for making money in the first place. And I agree with you. I see people, and I sometimes zone out of the session. So that's definitely not the case here.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
so
I do appreciate it.
okay, so the roadmap is in place. The team is working hard. The launch is just a month away. So, what strategies do you have in place for attracting users and developers as well? You're going to need so many of them as well. So, how do you attract them to your blockchain? How do you plan to foster community growth and engagement? And since we have the CMO here, I definitely expect some real good insights.
So again, I have I'm gonna probably gonna shock you with my answer here, but that's I've built. So for those of you that don't know, Janelle is very close to a very close friend of mine, who continuously tells me that I'm a unique character for the purest reasons that I'm the most direct person you're ever going to meet. So I'm going to give you a very direct answer here. So, what we're doing is nothing special. We're trying to not overcomplicate things. Everyone in the Web3 space is trying to make things sound so complicated and so next level and so advanced that, oh, because we're so advanced, you need to do this, that, and the other with us. No, the blockchain space needs to be very simple. Same way as, I'm going to give you a real life example. The mass adoption, the Web2 space started with the mass adoption of the internet. The internet got mass adopted when it became simple to use. And it became very easy to use. We're talking about grandmothers a lot today, but at the moment, you're even people like 70, 80, 90 years old, they have an iPhone, they have an iPhone, they take the iPhone, they click, and they know how to go online. They may not be able to do anything else, but they're going to be able to check the weather online, or just do stuff online. And this is when mass adoption really came. This is going to be the case with crypto as well. When we stop trying to, put this very complex, picture around it and paint it as something that's so hard to use that, the normal mortal people can't use it. No, it's something that has to be very simple. And this is what we're doing with, this is kind of our strategy as well. Simplifying complex problems. Because the greatest business minds have said less is more. The simpler something is and the easier solution it provides to a problem, because no business can thrive and succeed if it doesn't provide solutions. Unless you're talking about the food industry. Food industry, great. If it tastes amazing, everyone's going to buy it. Everything else has to provide a solution to a problem. But if the solution is complex, it can't be mass adopted. So how are you succeeding if only 1% of your potential users can actually use your service? No, we're simplifying things. We're trying to make blockchain very applicable to everyday problems and to everyday issues. At the same time, we're providing a wide variety of options and wide variety of use cases. Because again, real world problems and real world assets take many different shapes and forms. So we're trying to provide a very wide array of solutions and very wide array of services that a lot of people, pretty much everyone, or, if any person comes to NIMS, they're going to be able to identify a single thing, at least one that, NIMS helps them with in their daily routine and daily life. And at the same time, we're giving people a chance to make a lot of money. It's such a simple concept that there's no other way for me to phrase it rather than just say we're simplifying very complex stuff and we're giving the general user an amazing amount of solutions and an amazing amount of options to earn money.
Right, I agree. So from the bigger picture angle, there's something for everyone. It is easy to use and it's some way or the other passive income as well from the NIMS coin.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So I'd like to give a heads up again. Make sure you guys join the communities, the NIMS network socials, everything. And yeah, the launch is just a month away. You have all the data why NIMS is a solid project. So I personally recommend that you guys don't miss out. And we have already reached the end of our questions already because you're such a smooth talker. I didn't even realize. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So before we conclude the session, anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've kind of given you so much information for you guys to think about. So I'm gonna wrap this up with just a few final remarks. Again, in my very direct approach, I'm gonna say I've been involved in many projects. I got to the point. I'm fortunate enough that my career is at a stage where I can just share my opinion without really caring. Now, if someone doesn't like my opinion, doesn't work with me, life is tough. There's an amazing lady called I think she was Candace Owens. I believe her name is Candace Owens, and then she had a very unique answer to a question. Life is tough. Buy a helmet. So if you don't like it, it is what it is. NIMS is by far one of my favorite projects to ever work with. Three main reasons, and this is also the reasons why you guys should follow us closely and you should get involved in the project. It solves problems for people. That's it, plain and simple. The executive team and everyone that works within the project, not just the executive team, everyone top to bottom is extremely dedicated, B, just nice people. Just working with nice people is such a change. It's so amazing. They welcomed me with open arms. They gave me full autonomy to just do my job, and I've received the utmost support through our journey with NIMS, which also translates into how we treat our community. We just empower our community, and we give them an option and an opportunity to succeed, thrive, and make money. Last but not least, it is a project that has such a multi-use case where I'm pretty sure that all of you can, relate to it. Stay tuned. We've got a ton of great stuff for you. We're running a giveaway at the moment on our Twitter. Please get involved because we're going to be doing a massive airdrop for NIMS coins. We're also giving out USDT. We're giving out so many things because, again, we want to share with the community. The Bangkok event, stay tuned for that. This is the first of many. We're going to be hosting many other global events because, again, we're real world people. It's not just digital and hi, let's do an AMA. Oh, hello in the Telegram chat. Bye. We're real people. We want to meet you guys. I will be in Asia, so whoever I'm based in Europe. Anyone in the community in Europe, just drop me a line on Telegram, whatever it is. I'll be happy to meet people and talk about NIMS. In Asia, same thing. Stay tuned for our launch 21st of October. CoinStore exclusively. NIMS network launches for the first time exclusively on a centralized exchange, and it will be a monumental step towards our success. CryptoWell, thank you very much for hosting us. Janat, thank you very much for being such a lovely host. Everyone else in the audience, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh man, how badly I wanted to hear that I'm a lovely host. If you know.
Take it easy, guys.
Okay, so thank you so much, Victor, for joining us today and providing such insightful and entertaining answers. So it's clear that NIMS Network has an exciting journey ahead. We are thrilled to have and had the opportunity to learn more about it. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and participated. So stay tuned, everyone, for more exciting updates from NIMS Network and Crypto Whales at the same time. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the world of crypto and make sure you don't miss out the launch. Bye-bye.
Take it easy, guys.